Boom.
I told him you can see it after.
That's okay, it'd be crazy.
Hi!
Hi. Hi, Monica. I'm actually great at
Monica. Hi,
painting web
everyone.
series. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. That's all I got. Okay, it seems a little crazy, but we're gonna make a cut from basically here to here, and then up top. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, like sometimes I will like draw it out first, but what's great is that the hair has texture, and so you're able to hide a lot. You know what I mean? But now you have access to the rest of the piece. Maybe that's okay. But that was fine. That was fine. Let's see. We're gonna end it here. So we're just doing a little line so that we know where we're gonna cut this bad boy. All right. And then you just take your tool and you just simple incisions.
Oh my god.
But it's quite fun, so I don't want to take the fun from you. So I want you to have a couple cuts, okay?
What are the pros and cons of doing it this way versus just slicing it like this?
Necks are typically very thin, and so it's a little scary that extra crafting could happen. Yeah, like I've had, and I don't know, I guess I've always done it this way. I guess I mean, technically I think you could cut it at the neck, but they are typically a little thinner, just like having like all the beading and stuff.
Oh, I meant like straight up like through the head.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Maybe it's bad because
It's head,
Yeah,
like, this is a lot of
I
work.
wouldn't want to like reattach that.
Head, you
definitely
know.
not there, yeah.
But yeah, I'll let you got a line, you ready? Get your scoop on. It's so It's so metal. I'll play Blue October as we were listening to it outside. I was like, what's the one song? And I actually did think I was like that it was that Hate Me song. Like, I hate you today.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
I was all like, it certainly isn't that song, is it? And then it was. I was like, do you get everybody take a picture of you looking all
Go for it.
ooh with the sun behind you? Are you kidding me? You a freaking model? That was actually kind of, you were like flipping it in a crazy way.
Oh, was I?
That was great. No, I hope I caught that on camera. Dude, I did catch it. Wait, are you ready? Look, okay, so this is a live video. Like, watch. Do you see? It's like, what is that?
It's like a butterfly nose.
Wait, let's see.
Now it's like stuck out of the.
Are you ready? Wait.
Oh,
What is that? Like, finger
Yeah.
skills there. Okay, so we're gonna
You'll
swipe
be on
and
like the
then watch
next
this
like
in.
Instagram reel for feeds and plays. Like,
Oh,
and then like cutting the brains out of his sculpture.
Andy, are you secretly dangerous? Do you like know your way around knives? You're like, I just,
No.
you know, cut people's heads open.
I swear I don't, but maybe I should get into
That was
it.
a really cool
Hidden
We're like,
talent.
what?
Oh my goodness, you go to
But with the
sculpting
sun
and
behind
you
you, that was
find
great.
Your actual new hobby. You're like, turns out.
Oh, we didn't pop it off the board yet, did we? That's okay.
Is that?
Yeah, why don't we? Let's just do a quick twist.
Should I just leave this one?
Yeah, just leave it in there.
Alright.
So, do you want to manhandle it or you want me to?
I'll try it.
So basically, that's all you're doing, and I'm holding onto the board. You're just loosening it. Easy.
Oh wait, that was super easy.
That was good.
Oh, nice.
I know, I like pumped you up like.
I know, I was like, what is he about to do?
Do I need to lift it or?
Let's cut the head off first, and then we'll give it a lift.
What was that?
Hi. Okay, are we ready to get that little melon slice off? This is the fun part. That's so watermelon. I guess also a head melon too.
No, I
it's
thought
not
it was
watermelon,
great.
but
Yeah. You do come up with good terms. Melon slice and shrimp. I like this whole food.
there we go. We're getting somewhere now. Woo!
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It does look like a brain or something.
Yeah, it looks like a medical
Yeah.
cross section. Yeah, it looked like
Yes.
a melon.
Oh yeah, here we
Are
just
you
swing
showing
this
it to the
around.
camera?
Absolutely.
Ta-da!
You can see like the wrinkles and stuff too.
Wow.
So now
The inside of the t-shirt.
you could probably just set this off to the side. You could do some scooping on it, but we want it to. Yeah. I think this foam is your friend. You'll end up putting this on there. So here's my biggest advice: a lot of flipping and moving can cause cracking to happen. So we want to try to probably as minimal. But now you're just gonna kind of like twist it and rip it if you can. Maybe there's. Why don't we try to do this first? Let's get it off the armature. Usually I do a twist for it, but you got that. I'll grab this part. Oh, the
Look
stick.
at the look on his face as he's ascending. Like the look on your sculpture, he was like,
Yeah, right? I think you just got a couple secrets together.
He just like accepted.
Oh, not on
his
there.
fate.
Oh my god, could have been bad. Just don't forget this is over here. Just give it a little clean up later.
Yeah.
Take care of that. So now you're just gonna start pulling all your stuffings out. Just get in there.
From the brain?
Yeah, sometimes I
Right,
usually
from
do
that.
a twist and then a turn.
Yeah.
Or like so see if you can just like slowly, there you go, piece by piece, and then we just put it back in the phone. Isn't that great? We just use it again.
Wait, is this whole one piece? I kind of forgot how I did it.
It might be that it's like it might be the one.
Actually, doing that pretty nice.
Well, maybe since we got the thinner net going on, we'll just kind of pull out some of that. And I'll get you a trash can actually. Yeah.
So like, since we're like sort of taking that cross section out of the back of the head, like I feel like it might be super noticeable on mine because I have like vertical hair streaks going down. So like, and also the hair is not necessarily fully attached. The hair is kind of it has like a little bit of a life of its own.
We can always cut it more towards the front,
Okay.
but it's way easier to hide a cut mark. Like you're gonna be
Yeah.
able to line it all back up and just kind of go back through with a brush.
Okay.
So I wouldn't worry too
It's
much.
like really brittle. Like I think those hair strands might snap when we cut.
Maybe we move it higher up so that way it's not in
Oh,
there.
from the head.
Yeah, not
Okay,
like-
okay.
We might run into some different world with the doggy. Is that solid or?
No, it's armature.
Okay, great. Not bad. Sometimes we do a twist and then that kind of helps pull
That
it.
was
But,
smart.
we'll probably have to lift it the other way too, but
For her dog.
you know, it's there.
Wait, is this the only thing?
Yes, because eventually
Correct.
you'll end up flipping it.
Ginger,
So if,
correct.
try to get as much out
It is
of
ginger.
there. I'm just gonna try to quickly show you all the way I scoop these.
Okay.
One thing you wanna be careful is you don't wanna leave a whole lot of paper in there. You're gonna have to toss it, but the clay that's not, save it, we put it in the red root clay like we've been doing.
Okay.
But y'all, typically when I'm scooping, I'm kind of, this is an easier part because it's the little like lemon squeeze, right? The mountain shape, that's what I was trying to get at there, lemon squeeze. You guys like, what the hell, lemon squeeze? Parts that have the paper in it, just toss it. But what I'm kind of looking for is something that is about, a little more than half of an inch, but not necessarily a full inch. These they can be a little bit thicker, and like that's a little bit safer in a lot of ways. What a weird, someone must have bent the hell out of this thing, but as I'm scooping, I'm coming through, is it okay I'm scooping yours, by the way?
Yeah.
It's likely that you might get to a spot where you accidentally scoop through, and if that's the case, you patch from the inside. Much less noticeable patching from the inside. But, I mean, it can go pretty fast. You know, you might be able to get all yours taken care of. Also, I have Monday night class if anyone wants to join. This is a weird area because you got some, like, newspaper in there.
How
I've been
important
thinking
is it
of-
to get out all the newspaper?
You can leave some, for sure.
okay.
Newspaper will burn out, but
Okay.
the reason I'm really digging at this one is because it was like, it led into this like sort of crack in this crevice. And so if the clay is still warm, still soft and pliable, I just kind of filled in that area. Remember, you can keep it thick. Yours is kind of an easy one because you got, you know, you don't have a lot of detailed with crazy hair or anything like that. Not that yours is, but I mean, ours is gonna have, we have buns. I've got buns, you know. I'm not sure how, you got curly hair, so. But you end up scoopy, scoop. You know what, one thing I totally failed to do was give us, let's see.
Take out the top and then scooping it from the top.
So this is just our marker here, so we know what's top and what's bottom.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we got that. I almost forgot that in the very beginning there. But anyway, you're gonna get to a point where, because you don't want it too thin, because that will cause, too thin to too thick causes cracking. I have had people go really thin with theirs, and then I'm like, you know, it feels nice, but they experience like cracking and like other areas like that, and so especially when you start to assemble them back together again, right? So see how quick I was able to just almost completely knock this out here.
Yeah.
The insides of your piece, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, like especially around the neck area. Keep some thickness on the neck,
Yeah.
but one thing that really helps me is doing like a scan. I'm like reading and I'm feeling where it's thick and I'm feeling where it's thin, right? See if we can get a little bit of that out there. There we go.
Oh.
You
nice.
might have thinness through the neck here,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly not too bad. This part of your neck, it's probably this thick, maybe. So
Probably not this right
like around here, I would say it's probably this thick.
Okay.
So, but so like this I know is good clay, so I might like move that off to the side. Maybe we put it on top of there. I scratched your cheek with my nail there. Sorry. What if I did actually touch your hair when I said, "Can I touch your hair?" Would you have loved it or hated it? You were like, "Well,
Be okay.
weird art teachers things." But you know, you try to pluck as much as you can, but you are going to get to a point where you're going to have to do some digging with your tool into the paper. And what's nice is that tape comes all the way off, like, because it kind of wants to stick together, you know what I mean, for the most part. So it kind of helps pull some things out. But you are going to get to a point where you're going to have to dig with paper. That will hopefully help you. I would work a little bit on digging some of this ahead of time before we end up flipping it, so that it's not too like heavy. If anything weird happens, you want to flip it and it's like thinner neck, heavy head.
Yeah.
But usually I'm like doing a scan when I first start. That's a beautiful piece that we can save.
Isn't flipping it just for scooping out the other half, like the body?
Yes. Yeah, just for the body. But I mean, give a feel here, right? Like you've got some thickness with that hair, right?
There's quite a lot, yeah.
But you can almost feel when you get a little bit too close. Like, how do I describe that? Here, let me see. I want you to feel here in this area, and then feel that thinness. And now compare that to
Oh, that's
looking at
very
my face.
thin.
But in reality, I always think that, and then I'm like, it's actually not that thin. It might be that we scoop and then we fill in with a little bit of clay,
Mhm.
because you're reading it, right? Where you're like, ooh, thin spot here. Okay, no worries. This is still wet inside. I can literally move some clay down to kind of
Yeah.
go in that area.
So it's fine to add more clay even though that clay then your piece is kind of wet?
Like adding clay on the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
okay.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
It's in like dry vegetable.
Well, the inside of your piece is going to be the wettest. Like out here, he's feeling pretty hard, but in here, I can almost, it's maybe a little pliable, you know?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but it kind of turns into this whole like, I'm scooping for the rest of my life. And then finally, you're like, ooh, I'm getting close. But when I get to like the thinness of this area, it's actually not too thin, but you do have that newspaper in between that area. Let me just get a good scoop in there. This will all be trash clay here because it's all mixed, you know. Let's see. Okay, so I know we're thin. I can feel it. Feel it now, how thin that is.
Oh, yeah, that's super thin. Way thinner.
But it's not bad. Like we don't want it to be that thin, but all I'll do is, that clay is still pretty wet. Where's my thin spot? I'm just gonna put that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Just-
so you just put the clay you just took out back in.
In some areas, I mean, some of yours is actually really great in consistency for the wetness, I would say. But it's gonna feel that way throughout. You might be able to just like move and scoot some over, but I would talk to your friends. Be like, hey, can I borrow some water? Thank you so much. You're funny. You're great.
What if I accidentally like poke a hole through?
If you do, and it's quite often people do, like I always do it every sculpture. I'm either in the eyes or like in the crotch area. That's just because it's like an indented really deep area, right? And so you just patch it from the inside and it's a lot better. But read it as you're going through it. If you're like, I'm feeling close, maybe you opt to leave it a little thin, you know. And I think that your areas would be through here. That if you got a little too, you know,
Yeah.
like I think that's the, and then, you know, definitely feel around. But depending on where the armature lied on the inside, and I kind of patch that if you want to feel that. It's got some, it still feels thin in some areas, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to trip on it
Mm.
now. I'm
Yeah.
going to put more, scoop more, especially like in conjunction where the hair meets that thin spot, because that's thin to like relatively thick. I will scoop around it and then I will read. Do I need to add more? How's that feeling? Do I need to? I love when I can get a huge chunk like that. It's
Yeah.
very invigorating. But so now since I've scooped around that area where it's thin, I can evaluate, and it still feels thin, but you know what? I'm gonna just keep scooping around the other parts of it, and then probably later we'll do a little patch, and especially before flipping it, I'll want to patch it. Just a little bit more. It's honestly not like that crazy thin. It's not like I'm not like worried. Oh my god! But now's the fun part. Now scoop away.
All right.
Forever and ever.
I'm gonna start scooping.
Just start scooping.